Hello friends, how are you all doing? I am absolutely delighted to share with you that the Y2JB Jailbreak, compatible with PS5 firmware versions up to 12.00. It was released just a few days ago. So, let's walk through the installation process step by step.
I'd like to inform you that this jailbreak is only for users whose PS5 consoles are already jailbroken or who have discs for the original game. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for your PS5 to jailbreak.
First, let's check the firmware version of my console. My firmware version is 9.0. After that, we will jailbreak the PS5. I am using the Y2JB Jailbreak here. Alternatively, you can perform the jailbreak using a Star Wars game disc. I created this video a little late, so that by gathering information from other people's videos on YouTube, I could explain this jailbreak to you in a simple and effective manner. Our PS5 has now been jailbroken. Next, we need to download some files from the internet. You will find the links for these files in the video description. This is the official GitHub page of Jazeen, where you can find files related to the upcoming jailbreak. All information regarding this jailbreak is available here. There are clear instructions stating that after applying the Y2JB patch to your console, you must not install firmware of the same version or a higher version. This is because doing so will result in your PS5's Y2JB becoming unpatched. Additionally, you need to download these 3 files from this page, which I have already downloaded to my PC. So let me now show you how to use these 3 downloaded files. For this, we will need a PC. So, let's now understand how to use these 3 files. First, we need a blank Blu-ray disc onto which we can write the ISO file in it. I am using Image Burn software to burn the ISO file. Now, click on Write Image File to Disk. Now locate and select the image file you have to burn in disk. After selecting the file, just click on Open. Your file is now ready to be written to the disk. Now just click on the Write button to make your Y2JB disk ready. Our disk is now ready. Now close the Image Burn program. Now eject your disk from writer. Now let's move on to our next step. Now open the NetCat GUI to send the ELF file in PS5. Now, our first step for jailbreaking the PS5 is to send the Y2JB unpatched ELF file to the console. Without doing this, the Y2JB disk you created will not work. Select the Y2J unpatched ELF file and drag into NetCat GUI. And change the port number to 9021. Now click on Inject Payload. It is indicating this because I have already injected a payload for testing purposes. Now, insert the Y2JB disk into the PS5. When you insert the disk icon will appear at the top. The disk is now showing up here. Now, before running the disk, reboot your PS5. I would also like to make one thing absolutely clear here. After loading the unpatched Y2JB ELF file, do not install any firmware updates on your PS5. Otherwise, your Y2JB disk will cease to function. After rebooting or starting your PS4 and PS5, wait at least 30 to 40 seconds if you want the jailbreak to work on the very first attempt, regardless of which type of jailbreak you are using. This is my personal opinion. You will need to connect your PS5 to the internet for up to 20 seconds. However, make sure that all automatic download settings on your PS5 are turned off. This ensures that the BDJB disk can run properly, specifically if you are not seeing the corresponding message appear on your PS5. Do this step. After running the disk, we see this user interface. Now, to send the payload, we will once again need the NetCat GUI. And don't forget to insert the correct port number. Now we need to send a payload, such as ETAHN or KStuff, which is not available for firmware versions above 10.20. Therefore, we will send a custom payload called Hello World here. Locate, select, and open the payload in NetCat GUI. Now click on Inject Payload to jailbreak your console. Now you can see that the Hello from External Jar notification is being displayed. So, this is how you can jailbreak your PS5. However, you will have to wait for now, as this method applies only to jailbreakable consoles. To jailbreak firmware versions higher than 10.20, you will need a Star Wars disk. Otherwise, you will not be able to jailbreak your console. If your PS5 has firmware version 13.0 installed, and you are considering jailbreaking your console, purchase and install the game Star Wars Racer Revenge from the PlayStation Store. This will enable you to easily jailbreak your console in the future. If your PS5 currently has firmware version 13.00 installed, and you are considering jailbreaking your console, you should purchase and install the game Star Wars Racer Revenge from the PlayStation Store. Doing so will enable you to easily jailbreak your console in the future. However, if you install any other firmware on your PS5 after utilizing this method, your console will no longer meet the firmware version requirements for the jailbreak. Furthermore, if you restore a backup on your PS5, the license file for Star Wars Racer Revenge, or the entire game itself, will be deleted, and you will be unable to jailbreak your console. I hope you liked the information given in today's video.